Hi, my name is Tomi Adeyemi, and I'm the author of Children of Blood and Bone. And a lot of people know how I got the inspiration for the story. You know, I saw a picture of the Orisha, I saw a picture of this magical girl with luminescent green hair, and my imagination really took off from there. But the actual process of writing the story was pretty crazy, and the reason for that was I wanted to enter a writing competition, and this writing competition had a submission deadline in August, and I'd missed the submission deadline the year before by 3 weeks. So for a full year I was like, I'm gonna enter this contest. But about 4 months before August of the next year, I realized the book I was gonna enter it with wasn't going anywhere because it'd been rejected by enough people that if I kept going it would just be a waste of my time. And I'd had the idea for Children of Blood and Bone, but it didn't exist yet. And I knew to do it, I would have to write the first draft of a book that didn't exist, and then the second draft of a book that didn't exist, and submit it into a contest. For reference, on my first book that I tried to get published, it took me 2 years to write 2 drafts. So I was like, okay, let's see if you can do that in 2 months. So I spent, I left my job, I went to part-time, and I was living off of part-time work in my savings, and I spent 1 month outlining, and then 1 month to write the first draft, and then another month to revise it and submit it. So the first month was crazy, but the thing is, the first draft doesn't have to be good. The second draft has to be good. So during the second draft, it's really long nights. I am really not sleeping. I look deranged, and I had to watch things, listen to things in the background just to take away some of the pain. So I started binge watching The Good Wife, but around season 5 I was on so little sleep that I thought I was a lawyer. And so one night my boyfriend called me and I was like, why are you obstructing my case? And of course he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, why are you obstructing my case? This is so important for me. I need to go to court today. Why don't you believe in me? And the whole time he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because I was actually having a psychotic break, but I really thought I was a lawyer. And I was like, don't obstruct this for me. And apparently this went on for 7 minutes before I snapped back to reality and was sort of like, what's going on? And where? And he was just like, you just thought you were a criminal defense attorney for the past 7 minutes, and you kept yelling at me that I wasn't helping you to do your job. And I was laughing. I'm like, okay, but why didn't you just hang up? And he's like, I tried to hang up. And every time I said, okay, I'm just gonna hang up, you'd be like, don't you hang up that phone. And so that was my Van Gogh moment. I really thought I was a criminal defense attorney. That's how sleep deprived I was. That's how hard I was working. I did get into the contest. It did work out. Obviously, it's we have the book. But yeah, that is one of the craziest moments into actually writing it. One of many, but that was the first one.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.